Today we're going to be viewing another little project on the TRX. Nothing major, but we're going to be painting the tow hooks on this thing. I've been going back and forth with this. I do like the black look, but I do think it would be pretty cool to match the tow hooks with the wheels. So I went ahead and picked up some of this Rust-Oleum over here. Kind of like this gold, kind of bronzish. They call it satin bronze paint. So I'm gonna paint the front tow hooks over there, probably paint the rear tow hooks, and I actually just picked up some more cheap Hellcat badges. These are like 15 bucks on eBay. They were supposed to be raw metal, but you can see there they kind of have like a chrome to it, so gonna have to sand those down before we paint them. But yeah guys, just a quick little mini project for the TRX today. So first things first, gonna have to try and get these tow hooks off of there. I really don't want to remove the bumper. I think we can get these out regardless of that. We might have to drop this skid plate here, which is, you know, pretty easy. It's just 6 bolts, but I kind of think we squeeze through here behind like this little fender liner. You can kind of see one bolt right there and then the other bolt right next to it. So I think if we can get those bolts backed out, there might be enough room and clearance in here for me to slide this tow hook out. So like I had mentioned earlier guys, I went ahead and just loosened up the skid plate here. You can see it's still attached to one bolt right down there, just so it's kind of like swiveling. I don't have it off completely, just to gain more room up here. So you can see, got the first bolt kind of loose. There's like a little retainer clip on there. So what you have to do is more or less use like a hammer to knock this shit out. That way, you know, it frees it up. And then that bolt right over there, you just need to loosen it up and then you can more or less slide this out. So what I'm gonna do is just hit this with a mallet just to break this little retainer clip free. And then we can go ahead, and you can see right there, the whole thing's already loose. We can just go ahead and slide this right out. Okay guys, so as you can see, front 2 hooks have been removed, and this is that one long screw that I was talking to you about that has that retainer clip. It's on there. You end up just having to, like, you know, yank it out more or less to break it through, and then you can go ahead and just slide out the actual tow hook from the bumper. So if you're looking to paint these or powder coat them or whatever, or you're looking to paint them yourself, you definitely don't need to paint this entire tow hook, since like only like that much of it is actually like sticking through out of the bumper. Like, I'll put it in the light for you, like that much is like sticking out. So you really only need to paint, I would say, until like right here, and then that way, you know, when it's exposed you'll be able to see it. So now that the fronts have been removed, I'm gonna go to the back over here and remove the back 2. As you can see, got one right here, which is just 3 bolts. Should be pretty simple to remove, so we'll go ahead and get those off next, and then we can go ahead and get these things painted. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got the 2 rear ones off over here. Super simple, just those 3 bolts. And then we got the front ones over here, a little bit more of a pain to get off, but still super simple to get off. And then we got our little Hellcat badges over here. I went ahead, just did like really light sanding on that for the paint. But as far as these, I didn't paint these at all, since they already are kind of have like a somewhat of a textured finish to them. You know, obviously if you sand them, you might get better results, but I'm not gonna go ahead and do that because I'm not a professional. I just want to switch things up a little bit. If I like these and the color doesn't match all that well, I might just go ahead and get them powder coated to match the wheels exactly. But this is kind of just like a trial run to see if I really like it. So again, this is what I'm using: Rust-Oleum, satin bronze. This is a paint and primer all in one. So hopefully it matches the wheels pretty good. You know, visually based off the cap, it does. So I'm gonna go ahead, do a few light coats, and I'll show you guys the end result. First coat's done. Only bit of advice I could give you is, obviously when you're spraying, you don't want to just like sit there and spray right over it and put a bunch of you know, paint on for your first layer. This is really just like the texture layer, just to spray on there, just so it's getting on there. Obviously you can see it hasn't even like fully covered it right away, so you just want to get a little bit of paint on there, and then you want to keep spraying layer by layer just to build up, you know, that coat more or less, so it's not thin. Then you don't get a lot of, like, you know, runny or streaks or anything like that. So It's just more or less taking your time, just building up layer by layer. So, all right guys, now we're gonna let this dry for about 30 minutes. So I just got done spraying the 4th coat on there now. You can definitely see way more of that gold kind of bronzy color. So like I was saying, you just want to layer it on there, and then as it builds up, the color just tends to pop out a little bit more. So as soon as these dry, I'm gonna give it like a full hour now to dry. It's really hot outside, so it's really baking. I'm gonna go ahead, throw these back on the truck. Okay, so here is the finished product. There's about 4 coats on there of this Rust-Oleum satin bronze. Let it bake outside for a good 2 hours now with the last coat. Got the little badges back here too, and the paint color is definitely pretty similar to the Method wheels here. I'll just give you a quick little look. As you can see, it's a pretty good match. You know, not bad for, you know, rattle can there. So I think that's gonna look pretty cool. Just kind of tie everything together. So just wanted to show you finished product. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw them back on the truck. Remember, when installing it, this is where the long bolt goes, right there through the actual hook, and then the hook just kind of slots in over this one, and then you just, you know, tighten it back down. And now for the rear, remember, they just go in, just those 4 bolts, and it's reinstalled just like so, with it kind of, you know, dipping down towards the outside. Just like that, we are done. Finished product here. I know it's kind of hard to see since we're kind of in the shade right now, but there you go. The front tow hooks, now bronze. They match. The wheel's pretty good. So you can see there, everything matches up real nice. And then we also went ahead, threw the new bronze Hellcat badges on there. So hell yeah, I think it tied everything together real nice. Just like that. There you go, you can see it over there as well. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show you some back tow hooks as well. So yeah, you know, the whole black and gold vibe going on. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. It's a pretty long process, mainly just because you're waiting for stuff to dry, not because, you know, it's actually hard or anything like that. But yep, I've got the pit bike here. Gonna be filming a video on this as well, switching out the carburetor to a racing carburetor. So if you're a pit bike follower, got content coming for you there as well. So yeah guys, sorry for the lack of content lately, just haven't had much to film for you, but I'm gonna get back onto it now. So if you like this video, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. That's something I always really appreciate, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, everybody.